Back in the kitchen to whip up something truly delicious. And if you're looking for a new recipe to add to your vegetarian portfolio, this is it. This creamy vegetarian pasta is the ultimate guilt-free comfort food bowl. Packed with antioxidants, it also makes for a perfect dish to add onto your healthy dishes roster. And as I said, one for the vegetarian, our meat-free Monday for sure. So let's get your meat-free Monday started. I'm going to ask Mr. Rael de Mornay to come and join me as soon as he's done to do the all-important job of chopping up the parsley while I get into this amazing sauce. Rael, get in here, man. Get in here, buddy.
Let's make some magic in the kitchen. What are we making here, bro?
All right, so you've introduced me to kind of a plant-based approach to kind of healthy food,
yes,
which I love. So we found some great plant-based proteins.
Ooh,
sometimes
nice.
you need a bowl of comfort. You need something that's going to warm you up from the inside, that has a beautiful flavor profile. And because we're going vegetarian, doesn't mean we skimp on the flavor.
Okay.
We've got layers and layers of flavor here.
Nice.
So it's the key for me here is the beautiful sauce. And at the heart of our sauce are our roasted red peppers. Ooh. So what we did with those guys, we cored them. So we just kind of cut a core out the middle around the stem and pull out the inside. So it's a little...
So that gets all those like seeds and
seeds
out
and stuff.
kind of
Yeah,
thing,
and it's fine if you've got a few in there, but otherwise it can become quite kind of pulpy and messy.
Yeah.
And this is the best part for me. As soon as you get that char on the outer skin of the red pepper, it turns sweet, sweet, sweet. It's absolutely beautiful. So that's the first thing that's going into.
So this is going into the sauce, right?
Yeah, so this is all going to make up our beautiful, warm, and I think it's going to have a lovely kind of almost a smoky and charred flavor profile because of that.
I was going to say the roasted pepper for me always gives that feeling of like a braai. I always have it on like one of those kebabs in between certain dishes or meats or something. So it gives me that sort of braai feel. Like you say, that roastiness, that Mediterranean barbecue kind of a vibe as well.
Oh, we love it. And we're going to intensify it. So we've got some sun-dried tomatoes in there as well. Some chili flakes, and you can obviously kind of guide your own heat levels.
Yeah.
We've got some smoked paprika, which is another layer to that beautiful kind of smoky, charred vibe. Then we've got some mustard, which is going to just add a little bit of extra zing and umami. And I think it's worth noting, if you're going to do the vegetarian route, kind of find something that's going to add that umami, that saltiness, that to give you what you crave. Then we've got some coconut milk.
Again, for me, especially when you don't have meat in your dish, I like to still have the flavors that would accompany a meat, because I'm associating it with that sort of dish. It kind of gives that balance as well. On top of this, OG, I'm also noticing the fact that you're using tomato, which is something that's not just a fruit or a veg, but it's also got some health proponents to it too. I mean, rich in antioxidants as well. I see the chili there as well, which is also like an immune booster. And then with your dairy coming through, you got some protein added to this. So it's a nice macro balance. We've got some good fats, some protein, and some carbs in here. So health is definitely the box that's being ticked for this one.
Yeah, and we say comfort food, so it's got to be kind of rich and luxurious. It's got to have a good mouthfeel, and I think the coconut milk and coconut cream is certainly going to add that. And I also just added 1 clove of garlic.
Okay.
You can probably up that a little bit if you want.
Yeah, I like my garlic. I'll probably put it in there.
Going to mix that guy together. There we go. Like we were flying like a model aeroplane around the studio. That's so silly.
I'm paying attention, G, because I don't know what you're going to do with this exactly.
Just drink it now. You pour that in a glass and you just drink it now. You don't.
Oh, I can really smell. It's got like a... Oh, the tomatoes coming through nicely there. It's not so much of a tomato breedy type of a smell. It's got that creamy comfort to it, which I absolutely love.
I think the peppers make it. So we've got our oil heating, just 1 bay leaf, and we're going to literally let that fry just a little bit, get those flavors into the oil, which we know is vitally important. Then we're going to add our sauce. Yay! And turn that down just a touch.
Oh, and immediately those smells are coming through.
Oh,
come on, bring it. Yeah, oh, that is good. Now we're cooking.
So that, and it's immediately thickening up, which is great. And then we've got some salt and pepper here to taste. For me, salt and pepper are tomato's best friend.
Yeah.
Really, they bring out the flavors of the tomato. So,
but there's also an acidity in the tomato, which you kind of want to balance out. So I think with the pepper and salt, and especially when you start reducing it like this, it definitely are correct. It takes the acidity away, it adds that sweetness to it, which I absolutely love coming through.
Well, there we've got it. So you need the balance, you need the salty, you need the sweet, you need a bit of umami, and you need a bit of acidity. We've got it all in there. So this we're going to cook down and let it reduce. And I suggest you do it kind of slow and low to really let the flavors infuse. This will benefit from cooking slightly longer, but just keep a relatively, because there are lots of sugars in the pepper, in the tomato, and the garlic, so don't overdo it.
Okay.
So we will let this cook down for a little bit longer, but for the purposes of TV,
voila, into the future.
we're going to
So
add
you don't use the pan to actually cook any of the noodle, the pasta. That's already pre-cooked.
Yeah,
right?
look, we've pre-cooked it already.
You're just getting it to absorb.
Yeah, so make
all
sure
that
that it
flavor.
is pre-cooked, nice and al dente, because it will cook a little bit longer in the sauce. But that's you've got to mix the pasta in the sauce for me, because you need that complete coverage, the sauce all over the pasta. And then what we're going to do is pop it on a plate.
What's happening here?
Chop up some parsley, which we're going to throw on
Nice and
top.
simple.
And we're going to add our beautiful roasted cherry tomatoes. Again, the perfect way to eat a tomato roasted. You get the sweetness out of it.
Yes.
And then we're going to top it off with some delicious clover cheese. We're using some cheddar, which is quite a nice, strong flavor profile. Some Gouda would be great. Even just a little bit of...
Grab that. There you go, kind
feta
sir.
or something like that. Feta could actually work really well with this. And there you have... Do you want to go and have a taste, dude? Go and have a
I need
taste,
to, man. It looks fresh. You've hyped it up in my mind already, and I cannot wait to get into this.
I think
see the fresh tomato on the top, the infused pasta as well. Let me grab a... I know they always say TV bite, but I never really learned that part.
Don't play. Don't play. Want to see some on your beard, then you've really eaten.
Oh, yes.
And?
It's the sweetness. I'm getting that roast through from the pepper as well. Oh, it's just got a little bit of a kick, and that creaminess coming from the coconut.
Absolutely.
done, G.
It's a
Very
marriage
nice.
made in heaven. So if this has sparked your interest and you'd like to whip this up for your family for a meat-free Monday, go and check out expressoshow.com. It's all there.